I wonder why Tabitha was so against our going to the ruins.
Tell me about it. I mean, she freaked when we told her we were going to the colonial settlement for our school projects.
I mean, you'd think that she'd be kind of into learning about our ancestors.
Well, Tabitha's not exactly like everybody else, or hadn't you noticed, Charity? Sorry. Guess my blood sugar is making me kind of cranky.
I find Tabitha Lennox a truly fascinating character. That's one of the reasons I'm so determined to figure out the origins of that unique gift she gave Charity.
Well, did you find out anything else about my pendant?
Not just yet, but Reese Durkee is not a man to give up easily. Kay can vouch for that, can't you, Kay?
Whatever you say, Reese. Promise me that you'll distract him long enough at the campsite tonight so that I can seduce Miguel.
Get out.
No, that's what Charity's going to have to do after I spend the night in Miguel's sleeping bag.
Guys, I've never been so excited about a school project.
Well, I'd be happy to teach you everything I know about the indigenous flora and fauna of Harmony.
Can't wait.
And you know, I think it ought to be fun going up there to dig around. You know, who knows? Maybe we'll discover some long-buried secret.
Ooh.
Jimmy wishes that Charity would come back.
And Tabitha doesn't?
Do something, Tabitha, before Jimmy and Tabitha are done.
What can I do? Nothing. I'm helpless.
We're tired of your meddling, and you're screwing up all of our plans to kill Miguel and get Charity over to the dark side.
Oh, here it comes, Timmy.
No, Jimmy can't take it up anymore.
Be a good lad and go scout around the Bennets. This old spyglass isn't strong enough for me to be able to see what's going on inside the house.
Aww. This has been a very stressful day.
Evil Charity tried to kill me too, you know.
Yeah, but Tabitha's used to catastrophes. Timmy needs a nice, relaxing life. He's been thinking of the Hamptons.
Oh, forget the Hamptons. In fact, you can forget almost everything if those kids go through with their plan and go camping up in the old Harmony ruins. It'll be over, kiddo.
Timmy still doesn't understand why you and Evil Charity don't want them to go up there.
Just trust me. If those brats go snooping around the ruins, you and I won't be alive to see the next rerun of Will and Grace.
No!
You really don't think my hair's too short?
Honey, it looks great. But why do you care how it looks for the Cranes and the Hotchkisses?
I don't know. I just do. You know, when Ivy invited us, the first thing I thought about was how much I've always wanted to see the inside of the Hotchkiss mansion.
Oh, as long as we don't have to stay too long.
You know, I get why you and TC and Eve don't like Julian. I mean, he's no prize. But Ivy's been nice to us.
You don't know her, Grace.
Well, you don't either, Sam. You know, every time I've been around her, I just realize more how unhappy she must be. I mean, being married to a man who cheats.
Has she talked to you about that, Grace?
Oh, no. It's just that I've heard so many stories that I can't help believe that some of them are true. I mean, how do you live with that kind of betrayal? Not that Ivy has the worst marriage I've ever heard of. I know there are men that have children with other women. That would kill me.
You'll never have to worry about anything like that. Believe me, nobody's got children of mine but you.
You know, I wish Gwen would walk through your front door right now so I could tell her and get this whole thing over with.
You should have been here earlier when she stopped by. I've never seen anyone so excited about her wedding.
Damn it, Sheridan, it's not like I want to hurt her.
Well, there really isn't any way around that if you're going to tell her you're in love with Teresa and that you're calling off the wedding.
Right, what choice do I have? You know, I would have told Gwen already, except every time I try, she runs out on me. You know, I've got to get her alone and tell her before the party tonight.
Well, that might be a good idea, considering that the wedding is supposed to be tomorrow.
Sheridan, I'm going to tell her.
I just want you to make sure that your eyes are completely open to what you're setting off here. It's not just Gwen's reaction you're gonna have to deal with.
I know. I'm gonna set off bombs on both the Crane and Hotchkiss estates.
No, you're forgetting about a certain little casita on the other side of town. Julie and Rebecca's reaction are gonna be a piece of cake compared to Luis's.
How are things with Sheridan?
They aren't.
But I thought the two of you were getting close.
Yeah, I thought so too.
What
I was
happened?
wrong. She thought she heard me say something, and we can't get past it.
Have you tried to talk to her?
I tried. It's over.
I can see that you're hurting.
You know, whatever. It's my own damn fault. I should have never got mixed up with a Crane. Except for Sheridan. Alistair, Julian, and Ethan. They're arrogant, they're spiteful, they're dangerous. I hate them all.
I am sure you can work things out with Sheridan.
No, Teresa.
Well, you said she overheard you say something. Well, what?
She claims she heard me say I was using her. Now she thinks I'm interested in her for her money.
Well, that's ridiculous, Luis. I mean, you're not anything like that.
I tried telling her that. And I almost convinced her. Someone got to her. Made her believe that she couldn't trust me.
It must be Mr. Crane. I mean, he would never want you involved with his sister.
Yeah, he's got something to do with it. But there's someone else. Someone Sheridan trusts more than Julian. It's that bastard Ethan.
No, not Ethan. It can't be. He's not like that.
How do you know? Why are you defending Ethan? What's he mean to you? Why would you waste one breath defending Ethan Crane, especially now that you have a real boyfriend? Just figured it out.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
You think I haven't considered what's headed my way once I call off my wedding to Gwen?
It's gonna be major.
Yeah, I know. But what am I supposed to do? You know, marry Gwen when I know I love Teresa?
No, of course not.
You know, it kills me to hurt Gwen. And frankly, I could care less about our families. Aside from my mother, their main interest in this wedding is the financial merger that they've been panting over ever since Gwen and I were children.
I hate to say it, but you're right.
You know, to hell with their mega business deals. What's important is Gwen's feelings and Teresa's.
Do you think Teresa's breaking the news to Luis right now?
That's the plan. She tried to tell Luis before him, she couldn't get it out. But she's determined to get through it this time.
I don't envy her one bit.
Yeah, she kept hoping that you and Luis would have some kind of emotional breakthrough, so he could look at her involvement with me differently.
Well, that's not gonna happen. Luis and I have gone around and around, and we keep winding up in the same place. He swears that he never told anyone he was using me.
But how could he deny it when you were there on the wharf when he said it?
Well, his theory is that you're filling my head with such dire warnings against him that I can't think clearly for myself. He blames you for the problems that are keeping us apart.
Right. So, in other words, he hates me even more now than he did before.
You might say that.
That's terrific. Yeah. Now he'll never accept the idea of Teresa and me being together. There's only one reason why he'd be sticking up for Ethan Crane.
Let me explain.
What's to explain? You fantasized about him ever since you were a little girl. Mama told me that you had dreams about him every night.
Yes, it's true.
Right, so you imagined that you were in love with him and you thought you'd always share a life together.
And I never doubted for a minute it would come true.
Talk about things that'll never happen.
What?
Not that I blame you for wanting to live out some real-life Cinderella story. You know, you always had the most active imagination out of everyone in our family. So, I guess what happened is that you built Ethan up as your fantasy Prince Charming for so long that even when you grew up and knew better, you held on to the idea that he was an okay guy.
No, that's not how I see him, Luis.
Well, hallelujah for that. I've been praying for the day that you realized he was a sleaze in expensive shoes.
Don't say that.
Oh. Guess I jumped the gun. Guess you haven't realized the truth about him yet. Look, I'm not trying to upset you, all right, sis? I'm just telling you how it is. Just because Ethan is young and smiles nice for those society magazines, that doesn't make him any less of a sleaze than his father or grandfather. He's even more dangerous because he knows how to charm people.
That is not true.
Look, I know him, and you don't. You'll never know how thankful I am for that.
But what if I had met him, Luis? And what if I still thought he was wonderful?
Don't even go there, all right? Unless your idea of a good time is being sent off to Aunt Maria's.
You would actually send me away?
I'd send you away for life. If it meant keeping you safe from Ethan Crane.
You're serious?
I'm dead serious. Teresa, I love you, all right? I'd do anything it takes to keep you safe from Ethan Crane, to protect you. Well, just thank God that you met some nice young guy who makes you happy. Whoever he is, I'm sure he's worth 1,000 Ethan Cranes, right?
I would never look at another woman. You believe me, don't you?
So you're not going to have any illegitimate children knocking at the back door looking for daddy?
You have my word. You're all I've ever wanted.
I love you too, Sam. And thank you for being such a good sport.
Wait, where did that come from?
Well, you could have refused to go to the party tonight.
Oh, now you tell me.
Well, believe me, I wouldn't have pushed it if I didn't think it was important.
I thought you just wanted to see the inside of the fabulous Hotchkiss mansion.
I've got other reasons. I mean, the Hotchkisses are one thing, but the Cranes are quite another. They wield a lot of influence in this town, Sam.
This is news.
Oh, you just hear me out. I mean, like it or not, the Cranes control just about every major business in this town, whether it's outright or from behind the scenes, and they make every major decision concerning the schools, the hospital, the police department.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Well, doesn't it make more sense to endure the occasional party or dinner if it's going to ensure your job?
Look, I'm not so
Now,
sure.
don't give me that, Sam. I remember the look on your face when you were named chief of police.
It was a big day.
You know, it was more than that. It's a culmination of a lot of dedication and hard work. I mean, you fought for that job, Sam. And I know that one day you're hoping to be named state police commissioner.
We'll see.
Well, I'm no political guru, but I don't think it's going to happen if you keep having these run-ins with Ethan. You know, he has a lot of power on the police board, and you can't afford to make an enemy of him.
He is the one that vowed to come at me, Grace.
Well, Sam, rise above it. I mean, just try to get along, and I think tonight might be a good time to start.
I'll try.
You know, I remember when you first met him, you actually liked him. You thought he wasn't anything like his dad or his grandfather.
Yeah, now I know better.
Well, And I thought he looked so much like you and Noah that he could be your son.
Grace, we're gonna be spending the evening with them. I mean, do we still have to talk about them now, too?
Okay.
Besides, I know how we could kill some time.
Oh, you do you? What would that be? You know what, Sam? I don't think we have quite enough time for that. And besides, I have to take a shower.
What a coincidence. So do I.
Okay, we got pretty much all the sleeping bags, flashlights, and a lantern, if we need it.
Oh, we'll need it all right. Weather Channel's predicting heavy cloud cover tonight. So it'll be pitch black up in those hills without the stars.
Maybe we should wait for a clear night. Scaredy cat.
You're not nervous, are you?
No, it's just that I've never been camping before, and I don't want to get in the way. She's been in the way ever since she barged into my town.
You couldn't be in the way if you tried. And I'll teach you everything you need to know about camping. Not that it matters. You'll be with me the whole time anyway. I'll even put my sleeping bag right next to yours.
Miguel.
Okay. Miguel wants to be with his girlfriend. How are you gonna stop him?
I don't know yet, but I will figure something out. Lots of things can happen in the dark to someone as accident-prone as Charity.
Princess can't drop a bomb like that without explaining more. Timmy's too young to die. And Princess looks very good for her age.
Damn! I just saw that pain in the neck Reese through the window, and he's still holding on to that ruddy pendant.
Better him than Timmy.
Oh, if I could only find a way to get it away from him and back on Charity.
No! No, Princess! The last time Charity was wearing that pendant, she turned evil. She tried to kill Timmy and Tabitha.
Yes, but we'll just have to take our chances, Timmy. Evil Charity is the only one who can stop those kids ferreting around up there.
Tabitha still hasn't told Timmy what she's so afraid of.
Don't ask. It's just too grisly to even speak about.
Sam.
Can I help it that you're so sexy that I can't take my hands off of you?
How about after the party?
Well, how long did you say we had to stay there anyway?
Well, just long enough for everyone to know that we were there.
Well, I'm gonna be counting the minutes. Hey, didn't you wear that on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, it's the nicest dress I have. Well, don't you like it?
I think it's beautiful. I just wish you had more time to go out and buy yourself something new.
I don't need anything new. I'll just wear different jewelry and no one will know the difference except you.
Well, my lips are sealed. And you're still gonna be the most sexy, smart, beautiful woman there anyway.
You're just saying that because you are stuck with me.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Want me to prove it? I thought it was fashionable to be late to things like this.
Sam!
Shh! The kids are gonna hear.
Come on, Simone. Let's go finish packing. I'll lend you whatever else you need. I'm gonna borrow one of my mom's negligees.
She'll kill you.
So what? It's worth it if it turns Miguel on when I'm in his sleeping bag.
And where's Charity gonna be when you're vamping up with her boyfriend?
I'll figure something out.
Okay, if you haven't noticed, Charity and Miguel are like Siamese twins. They practically start hyperventilating when they're away from each other more than 5 minutes. Take a look.
Things change. When we get back from our little camping trip, I'm gonna be Jennifer Aniston to Miguel's Brad Pitt.
I just hate to see you put yourself in a situation where you're bound to get hurt and humiliated.
You'll see who regrets going on this trip.
You really scare me when you talk that way.
It's not like I have to do anything to Charity. I mean, wherever she goes, it gets weird. But, you know, frankly, I worry about Miguel's safety when he's with her. She's not right. You're just jealous!
There's got to be a way to chase this pendant. It's so unique. Did Tabitha say how old it was when she gave it to you?
I don't remember.
It's probably something that's been passed down in her family.
And you say there's been a Tabitha Lennox living in Harmony ever since it was first settled?
That's what Charity and I read.
Well, I'm gonna go finish packing, okay?
All right. Hey, let's go grab some sodas from the kitchen, Reese.
Okay. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if it's the same Tabitha Lennox that's always lived here?
Very funny, Reese. I mean, she may be a little off, but I don't think she's 300 years old.
Timmy thinks it's time for him and his princess to cut their losses.
This isn't good, Timmy.
Timmy's point exactly. It's too dangerous to stick around here.
Oh.
What does that card say?
They say there's trouble coming.
Timmy knew that.
No, I mean serious trouble. The cards predict that there will be 2 disasters here in Harmony tonight, and each one will cause irrevocable harm to the people involved.
Doesn't mention any names that begin with the letter T?
No, but we're not out of the woods yet. One of the disasters is going to take place up at the ruins in the hills.
Uh-oh.
And the other at some big party tonight where the Cranes and the Lopez Fitzgeralds are involved.
You'll see. You're gonna look back on this little girl crush you had and shake your head that you ever thought Ethan's picture was even worth the price of those fancy society magazines you bought.
No, Luis.
I gotta hand it to him, though. He's slick. Sheridan thinks he can do no wrong.
Oh, Sheridan's Ethan's aunt. I mean, she ought to know.
She doesn't. We were this close to a breakthrough, and thanks to Ethan badmouthing me, that's never gonna happen.
Well, how do you know that Ethan talked against you?
Well, Sheridan all but admitted that he warned her not to get involved with me because I'm a user and a liar.
But you're not.
I know.
Luis.
I tried telling her that, but obviously Ethan's words mean more than mine.
There must be some
maybe
kind
I
of...
can't get Mama to quit her lousy job at the Cranes. But I can make sure that none of them come near the rest of my family. And God help them if any of them even so much as try. Look, will you please just tell Gwen to call me as soon as she gets in? Yes, thank you. Damn it. Where is she?
Well, she's busy. She's got the party tonight, the wedding tomorrow. At least she thinks so.
I've got to find her. Stop this before this goes any further.
I better get ready myself.
You still gonna go?
I think I should at least be there. I mean, Gwen's gonna need me, and so are you, for that matter.
Well, thanks, but I hate putting you in an awkward position.
Don't be silly. Besides, I need to be kept busy. I'm losing my mind imagining what's going on between Luis and Teresa.
There's only one way to find out.
Hello?
Teresa, you sound terrible. Did you tell him?
Look, I'll be right there.
No, you can't come. Luis is home.
Look, I don't care. You know, it's time your brother and I had this out once and for all.
Please, Ethan. Don't come. Luis doesn't know about us yet.
I see myself in you with the courage to break through.
Alright, now you wait here, and I'm gonna run in and snatch my mom's see-through nightgown.
Not so fast, case someone's in there.
No way.
Ugh. Gross.
What? They're doing it.
Doing it?
Mm-hmm. You would not believe how often this happens. It's like they think me and Jessica can't figure out what's going on in there with the door locked and music playing.
My parents do the same thing.
You know what? They ought to pass a law that people who have kids can't do it anymore, especially if they're like over 29.
Tell me about it.
Except for they'd have to make exceptions for me and Miguel, because once we start doing it, we're never gonna stop.
Can we talk about something else?
I guess. I'll just have to snatch the nightie later.
In the darkest moment of your life, when you cry, no, I just can't take it.
Do you know how much I love you?
If it's half as much as I love you, I am the luckiest woman in the world.
It was horrible.
Where is he? I want to talk to him.
He just left, thank God. I don't even want to think what would have happened if he saw you here.
Then you told him about us?
No. He was so angry I never got it out.
What was he so angry about?
You. He went on and on about how glad he is that I don't know you. And how he would send me away if he ever thought there was a chance that we would get together. I've never seen him so upset.
I'm sorry to put you through this, Teresa.
What are we gonna do? As soon as you tell Gwen that the wedding is off, word is gonna spread around town like wildfire.
Look, Teresa, we'll deal with this together. Look, you don't have to go through this by yourself.
It won't work. Luis will never allow us to be together. He blames you for coming between him and Sheridan. And I told him that you would never talk against him to her, but he wouldn't believe me.
Actually, he's right. I did want Sheridan to stay away from Luis.
But Luis never told anyone he was using her. He wouldn't.
Teresa, it happened. And there's no place for Luis in Sheridan's life.
Thanks for spelling me, Larry. I got Miss Crane covered from here on out. She must be in the bedroom.
Is that you, Ethan? I thought you were going over to... I didn't think you'd be back so soon.
Yeah, well, I would have been here sooner if I hadn't lost it with my sister.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Really got into it over Ethan. Seems like she still believes everything she sees and hears in those glossy magazines, especially about him. She insists he's a hell of a guy.
I don't see why you're so surprised under the circumstances.
What circumstances? What are you talking about? Is there something going on between Ethan and Teresa that I don't know about?
Why would you try to turn Sheridan against Luis?
Teresa, he was using her. Sheridan overheard him say so with her own ears.
I don't know what Sheridan thinks she heard, but it never happened. And I think I know my brother better than you do.
Look, Teresa, I don't want to argue, but facts are facts. When someone catches you red-handed, you don't deny what happened.
Unless it's not true. Luis would never dream about using anyone for anything.
Right. So he claims.
Don't call him a liar.
Well, if your brother isn't lying, then what? Sheridan imagined the whole incident?
Well, maybe she did.
She was right there on the wharf. She heard every word he said. She didn't want to believe it, but that's what he said. And all I encouraged her to do was to trust her instincts, trust what she knows she saw and heard. You know, she's been hurt by enough men already.
But Luis would never hurt her. He cared about her more than he has ever cared about anyone.
Teresa, let's just stop. All right, we can't do this. Not now. No, I've got to find Gwen and talk to her.
This party's tonight.
I have to talk to Gwen before it starts.
No, I'll come with you.
No, absolutely not.
You can't leave until we settle this.
Teresa, not now. I've got to find Gwen.
You've got to be kidding me. We're only going for one night.
Well, I just like to be prepared. You never know what the weather's gonna be like.
I guess.
I'm ready.
Now that is how you pack for a camping trip.
What are you talking about?
Oh, never mind. I still got some stuff to get together myself, and then we can hit the road. You all set, Reese?
Just about. I was wondering if I could bring along your pendant. I'd like to do a little more research on it while we're away.
Whatever you want, Reese. You can have it for as long as you like.
Excellent.
Yeah, because just in case
I have
it
my
rains, I
thermals.
thought Reese's raincoat for everybody.
I'm scared of spiders.
Princess tell you if we go flower mouse to make a borrow?
Hush, Timmy, I'm trying to think. As long as Reese is still holding on to that pendant, I don't know how we're going to turn Charity evil enough to help us. We've got to find a way to stop that disaster from happening up at the ruins.
What about the disaster at the fancy party?
Oh, I couldn't care less about the Cranes and their like. Oh, they deserve every bit of misfortune that comes their way.
Tabitha never has explained why she hates the Cranes so much.
I hate everyone in this rotten town. But I have a special loathing for the Cranes. Remind me to tell you the whole story one of these days when we've got more time, Timmy. But right now, the clock is ticking, and we've got to find a way to stop these teenagers.
But Tabitha tried to talk them out going, and that didn't work.
Yes, well, there must be some other way. If only I knew what kind of disaster was in store up there.
What difference would that make?
Only the difference between life and death, Raggedy Brains. If it's a disaster of our own making, then we can survive it. But if it isn't, then we could be victims too. I know exactly what we can do.
Timmy will send Princess a postcard for Emma Gamsett.
You're not going anywhere. We're in this together, mate.
How we doing?
Just about ready.
We haven't finished up packing up the food in the kitchen, though.
Whoa, Mrs. Bennett.
Oh, well, thank you, Miguel.
Now, isn't she a knockout?
Now I know where Kay gets her good looks.
Oh, well, thank you, Reese.
I just remembered something I forgot to pack. Be right back down.
Oh, it looks like you got all ready to go.
Yeah.
I think I should watch that.
I'll get that.
Yeah.
Tabitha.
Hello. When I couldn't talk you kids out of your camping trip, I had a brainstorm. I decided I'd tag along with you.
But you were so against us going to the ruins in the first place.
Yes, I know, but I thought you might be a little bit frightened, you young people up there in the hills at night. So I volunteered myself as your chaperone.
Gee, Tabitha, it's really nice of you to offer, but really, we'll be fine on our
I think it's
own.
an excellent idea because it'll give Sam and I some peace of mind knowing that you kids aren't up in the hills all by yourself.
Yes, I thought you'd feel that way, Grace, dear.
Well, you know that we would love to have you.
Well, then it's all settled.
Oh, we still need to pack up the food.
Be right back.
I'll help.
Yeah.
Come on,
Take your
Sam.
time, Miguel. Well, camping we will go, Tim Tim. It's our only hope, stopping those kids before they discover what's up there.
Teresa knows that she's forbidden to go anywhere near Ethan. Now, if something's going on between the two of them...
I didn't say that. You misunderstood. I just meant that Ethan's been getting so much publicity in the press lately because of the wedding, and I'm sure that Teresa's gotten an eyeful of it and sees it as some sort of wonderful lifestyle to live.
It does sound like Teresa.
Sounds like any girl at her age.
Well, I guess I shouldn't have flown off the handle at her. I should have just told her how glad I was that she has a new boyfriend.
Exactly.
Apparently the guy's okay, too. Even if he does come from money. As long as he's as crazy about her as she is about him.
I'm sure he is. If you'll excuse me, I better go get ready for Gwen and Ethan's party.
I better get changed, too. I can't go like this.
What? You don't need to go. There'll be plenty of security there.
Look, the FBI told me to protect you, and that's exactly what I'm going to do until they call me off.
But you hate fancy affairs.
Well, true enough. But it's worth seeing the look on Ethan's face his last night as a single man. And then tomorrow I get to tell Teresa that he's officially off the market.
How could he say those things about me? He's wrong, and he wouldn't even listen to me. I can't believe how stubborn he is. Oh my God. What if Ethan is so mad at me that he decides to marry Gwen after all? Maybe I can catch him. Ethan, come back!